Get faster internet speeds for free when you get TV, internet, and phone. Ask for Trio from Rev.
Join the revolution.
Coming up in news tonight.
One major political party prepares to release its full slate of general election candidates. That story coming up.
The Minister of National Security blasts the U.S. Embassy's recent travel advisory. Details coming up. Plus, Bahamas Power and Light explains why there's been so many outages and what they're doing to stop it. I'm Dana Smith. Thanks for joining us. Topping news tonight, one day after the United States issued a crime warning to its citizens traveling to the Bahamas, outlining the high level of crime in the country, Minister of National Security Dr. Nottage responded to that advisory, calling it just wrong. Simone Davis reports. Dana, the minister was very tight-lipped on the matter today, and as reporters followed him outside the House of Assembly, Nottage quickly dismissed those claims in that U.S. crime warning.
The U.S. is wrong in their statement.
They're wrong?
Yes.
The U.S. travel advisory came 4 days after the Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued an advisory warning Bahamians to exercise caution while in the United States. After 2 recent fatal police-involved shootings, the U.S. Embassy suggested it released a statement in response to reports of a significant increase in armed robberies, specifically targeting people at ATMs and parking lots and armed carjackings. The warning came despite Nottage's assertion in June that armed robberies overall were actually down 21% in the first 6 months of the year.
It's not true.
Okay, guys, okay.
Why is it not true?
Give us one line, Minister. You said it's not a fair assessment. Can you say why, please? Thanks, Minister.
Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration Fred Mitchell told our news yesterday that he didn't find anything unusual about the embassy's crime warning. He said the embassy told his ministry that it was only repeating information to U.S. citizens that the Royal Bahamas Police Force issued to Bahamians. Reporting for our news, I'm Simone Davis. In the wake of a spate of power outages across New Providence and even the Family Islands, officials at Bahamas Power and Light are attributing the many blackouts to maintenance issues relating to the power company's generators. At a press conference this morning, BPL CEO Pamela Hill attempted to explain just why Bahamians have been experiencing so many outages over past weeks.
Obviously, if this was something we could reverse quickly and immediately, we would have done it.
Hill said the reason for the many blackouts boils down to a maintenance issue with the power plant, when something fundamentally wrong happens to a unit, causing it to go out.
There's more than enough generation in terms of steel on the ground to provide power. So the reason that we have been having the service interruptions of late is because of the outages that have been happening with the plant. So again, a maintenance issue.
Hill explained an outage lasting 30 minutes to a few hours is usually due to an issue that BPL is able to fix pretty quickly, while anything longer than that could be attributed to equipment that found itself in disrepair or perhaps requires materials that are not readily available. And she pointed to the long-standing maintenance problems that have plagued the power company for years.
Even here, you hear me talking in a way that's probably not the level of this is the last of it that you'd love to hear, honestly, from me.
But what exactly is BPL doing to fix the problem? Hill said in the short term, generators that have recently gone offline will be repaired and probably go back online by early next week. Additionally, rental generators will be arriving sometime this summer.
We don't have a particular date, but as you can imagine, there's not too much left to the summer, so it can't be long.
Hill said she understands there's quite a lot of anger and frustration regarding the continued power outages, but she expects the coming week to be better than the last.
As of right now, as of today, we expect that our power should be in equilibrium. Equilibrium just, basically meaning we think that we've got enough today in order to manage through any demand surges.
Well, weeks after announcing that the government plans to put in place a forgiving debts plan for BPL customers without electricity supply, Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis said today he is only considering that plan.
Well, that's the matter we will be dealing with at the appropriate time.
During his contribution to the budget debate last month, Davis said discussions were being held to develop a new tariff structure that institutionalizes a pay-as-you-go system and to forgive customers' debts and to put lights back on. When asked about the progress of that plan outside Parliament today, Davis backtracked on his previous announcement and said this.
That's not a singular matter. That's a compendium of issues that we're addressing, and that's part of consideration. I always put it out there as for consideration, not as the minister. I'm considering it, and I'm ask them to advise me how it could be done.
During a press conference this morning, newly appointed CEO Pamela Hill asserted there is no such plan in place. Customers are still required to pay their outstanding bills.
No, those talks have not begun, and certainly I know the DPM is probably giving some additional thought to what the structure of that might look like. We don't have any such program that is in place right now, so certainly we would expect our customers to be making the payments on their bill that would be required.
The Democratic National Alliance took its general election campaign to the nation's second city, where party leaders unveiled the DNA's Grand Bahama candidates. Bakisha Edgecombe reports.
Party leader Branville McCartney and its deputy leader Chris Mortimer, along with other executives and a group of supporters of the Democratic National Alliance, gathered at its headquarters to officially announce 3 Grand Bahama men as candidates. Youth leader Navarre Smith for Marco City, businessman Elkina Pinder for East Grand Bahama, and activist and union leader Leslie Liborn for Pine Ridge.
So we have enlisted a group of passionate, hardworking, forward-thinking Bahamians to assist us, these gentlemen right here. Men and women from your communities.
We believe it's a truly wonderful beginning for a country and an island that deserves so much more. And it starts here today.
According to the men, stepping out as they have done is intended to bring about change that is needed in the country and on Grand Bahama in particular.
The time for growth in Grand Bahama is now. The time for new possibilities of investors in Grand Bahama is now.
By affording me such an opportunity, the DNA has once again proven that it deeply believes in the potential of our nation's youth and views us as an important part of the national development process.
I came from a PLP family, but the time has come now that I've learned that we have to do what we have to do to be an agent of change and to do what's best for our Bahamian people.
Outlining the difficulties in Grand Bahama's economy, McCartney stated that Smith, Pinder, and Liborn are courageous men who are committed to seeing the growth of Grand Bahama Island and its people, while calling for members of the community to choose the DNA.
We cannot continue with the status quo in this country, you know. The status quo is the PLP and the FNM. That's the status quo. And you need courage. You need courage to go against that and to beat them for the benefit of moving this country forward.
Reporting from Grand Bahama for our news, I'm Bakisha Edge.
Parties are ramping up into election mode with the Free National Movement Convention just over a week away. But the Progressive Liberal Party will not be left behind, preparing to make major announcements in the next month. Christina McNeil tells us more.
Thanks, Dana. Well, just last month, the PLP ratified candidates in Fox Hill, South Beach, and Southern Shores, adding to the candidates that have already been ratified in Marathon, Yamacraw, Golden Isles, and Fort Charlotte. Well, now the PLP chairman says it's just a matter of time before the remaining candidates are introduced to the public before the 2017 general election. Party Chairman Bradley Roberts tells our news new faces will be introduced soon.
You could expect within the next 30 to 60 days, the rest of our candidates being announced. And there are going to be some new faces, some bright faces, and I look forward to us having a very positive and progressive convention.
Last summer, observers speculated that Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis may challenge Prime Minister Perry Christie for party leadership during the convention scheduled for November 2015. That convention was, however, postponed to the last week of November 2016. Roberts says all positions will be up for grabs at the upcoming convention in a free and democratic process.
Any person who is in a good standing in the party may nominate for any of the position, from leader right on down to the lowest position.
Once the candidates are introduced, Roberts says the convention will focus on telling the story of the PLP since taking office in 2012. Part of that narrative will look to the future of the Bahamas and the multi-billion-dollar Bahama resort.
The one major factor that has been a downer has been the delay in the opening of Bahama. And I believe the announcement of that is imminent, of the resumption of the construction and the eventual opening of that important property.
Reporting for our news, I'm Christina McNeil.
Still to come.
President of the Bahamas Trade Union Congress speaks out on possible strike action for sandals workers. That and more tonight on our news.
Stay tuned.